Alright, so double checked will work. I'm ready to see if I got spark. We got a test bar. Got this spark tester. And so we'll see if we have spark. See if we can do anything. I'll maybe hold this. Well, why did that not stop? Interesting. Okay. Well, that solenoid might be. So I took my continuity checker and I checked between the hot and the signal on this solenoid, and there was continuity, which something like this. And there was continuity. So I tapped on it with a screwdriver, and now there's not. So this solenoid's probably sticking, and it'll probably continue to stick. I can try it again and see if it just goes into overdrive. Yeah, there it didn't even want to. Yeah, it's doing it now. Just a hole sticking. Probably had some. There we go. I saw that it was fired. Yeah, it's firing. So now the next trick would be to put my timing light on it, see if I can see where it's, see if it's timing and it's in correct time. And if it is, then we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to get out my timing light and check that. Alright, there's no real way for me to get the camera up here so you can see this while I do it. But I got the timing light on the #1 spark plug. And then I'm hooked up to the battery. And so then I'm just going to point it, and it should fire between 7 and 9 degrees. And it is. Yep. And I don't want to run it too long like that because I don't have anything going in the pistons. So I'm ready to basically take this outside as soon as I get the lower unit done. So for now, this is put back together. This is done. It's firing. It's firing in correct order. I also took my spark plug checker and so I also took my spark plug checker and I checked all 4 cylinders to make sure that I had spark, and I do. So I think, next thing to do is to go ahead and check out this lower unit and make sure that it's good to go, and then I can put it on and take it out and put it in a driveway, put a water hose to it, and see that she runs. Oh, there's a couple things I do need to do that I haven't done, so I'll probably have to take this, undo some of this wiring, because I still need to put my parts for hooking the your throttle and shift cable on, and I've got a little I've got a remote that I can go ahead and hook up to it, and so I need to finish that out, which won't take very long, hopefully, to get that installed, get it ready to actually take it out and put it in the driveway. And one of the other things I need to do is set the primary pickup and the secondary pickup so that the carburetor has to be in sync with that distributor. So I've got to set that. I've got to, set it so that it'll. And then I need to hook up the gas to it and just make sure I don't have any leaks. So I got a few things to do, but I'm almost done with this project. It's probably 85% done at this point, I believe. Swithchbox is working, getting fire. We were getting fire before when I started this thing. When I first bought it, I set it up and I wasn't getting any fire, and that was the distributor problem with the wiring, most likely, or the Swithchbox. This is the original Swithchbox that I had over here, but I suspect this is a good Swithchbox because the wiring that was on that distributor was not great. So I'm pretty happy. It took a long time to do, but working and everything else that I got going on around here, it just took some time, and it took a little while to get all the parts. If I were to do this and not film everything, I could probably do this in a month, maybe 3 weeks to a month. Order all the parts ahead of time, I could do it even faster. And then if I just had a straight week to just do it, I could knock it out pretty quick. But I wanted to film every little thing that I did and put it up online so I could even go back and look and see what mistakes I made, how I could do it better. Excuse me. And, just your normal kind of thing. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm pretty excited. And but I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. I've got another motor on my boat right now that it's a good running motor, and I almost hate to pull it off. However, it probably won't be as good as this motor or my other 50 that I've got. So I am thinking about going ahead and selling them, just to get rid of them, and then I'm looking at maybe buying a bigger boat this year, next year, in the spring, and and then I like doing this stuff. So whenever I find something that I think is worthwhile doing, and it's not really about making money or anything. For me, it's just the enjoyment of the little puzzle to do it. So I mean, I need to check the compression and make sure that's good. But I'm not even sweating that. These old motors don't really show. They're not gonna, the way they're ported and stuff, unless you put them in a test tank or on a lake out in the water, it's not going to give you a true compression reading. And people disagree with me on that, but I can tell you that the motor that I have on my boat right now tested 65 pounds of pressure in every cylinder. I put it on the water, and then it was testing at over 100. So, you know, unless you got it in a test tank and you got it in water, the old motors are not going to show you a good compression test. The new ones, I guess the way they're ported and stuff, it's a different deal. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but it seems really odd that in the driveway, even with muffs on it, that it was such low compression, but then on the water, and I went round and round in my mind, is my compression tester bad? Is it giving me false readings? I had no way to really verify that without buying a bunch of parts and hooking something up where I could hook it up to my compressor and then plug that in and see what the reading on my compressor is telling me and what that's telling me. Maybe I will do that at some point, but I don't think that that's the case. I think that it's just a matter of the way they're ported in the engine and the way the water runs up through it creates, and then fuel is inside of it. It creates this, compression. And anyway, that's just my theory. So, till next time. Howdy. So here's where I'm at. I'm trying to make some better shots. So, sorry about the video. I'm learning as I go. Now, I did the baffle plate way earlier. Now I got everything kind of back together. Need to tidy up a few things though before I hit the lower unit. And Mercury has these two clips, and one lands there, and then the other one lands on this bolt down here. So I don't really like that design. I feel like try to come over here out of the light. If you ever have to do something with a distributor or change the plug wires, then you've got to take out that bolt, and then now the integrity of this baffle and whatnot, then it can be compromised. So I went ahead and put the bolts on. One of them I need to tighten up and put a little lock. I'm not too worried about it. Because I haven't put any water or anything in there yet. So it'll seal it off. It's pretty tight. But I want to take these off. I'm not even going to use these. And then, because I feel like it's completely unnecessary. Really. Because your housing's going to go here, and this is out of the way. So I don't feel like that's going to get damaged in any kind of way. I could test that theory, but I know this, so this thing ends up like right here, so it'll move freely. So anyway, take those off, and then I've got the pieces for putting the remote controls on, and You know, it's just get everything together. These guys, and then there's a couple of additional pieces. So this I think these kind of go like this, and the other one goes like so. They're identical, so you can't really mess it up. But they kind of end up like this or whatever. And then this just pushes in to, you know, to push into your remote. You can't see that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better at this camera stuff. It's kind of all over. So there's these two pieces, and then this kind of holds it in, and then I don't know if I've got a remote. Where's our remote? I've got an old cable. I need to get one yet. Yeah, so that's that in. So hopefully you can see it. But this kind of goes in like so. You can see that it kind of goes in like so, and then you just rotate it. That's how they come out. So yeah, see, there's two little pins. You just kind of do this, and the spring puts tension on it. That's all that is. So the plan is to take, set these aside, I'm going to take the front plate back off again, and the reason being is that I need to set my distributor here where it clicks. It's like it's firing, you know. But I can set, I've got my front plate, and sorry, it's the front plate, and basically it's upside down even. So you got the stop adjustment. So this is your throttle, this is your spark advance, right? And then this is your idle. There's a little screw. See, like this one, for some reason they put the screw on the back side, so I need to fix that. See that? See how they had this, and then they had this underneath. So this just screws off. Well, it will. It's a bummer, kind of down. I got another one. Let's see if it's set right. Yeah, see, I got this one too. I probably won't fool with that one. I'll just use this one. So yeah, take this off, and then I can get to my carburetors, and there's a so on the, see if you can see this plastic piece moves, so you need to set your primary and your secondary pickup on the carburetor. And then we're going to rotate this. I'm going to have my meter so I can find my spark advance stop, and then it'll be set, and I can put it all back together. So a little bit to do. I'm going to try to knock this out real quick, and then I'll hit you back with where I'm at with the next part of this. So that shouldn't take very long, and I'll be right back.